Hey, Tim.
How's it going?
Good.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello.
Hi.
Tim, I was just telling Jamie that I went to the movies for a quarter when I was a kid.
Quarter.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
$9 later.
So,
Yeah.
what's seniors gonna get in for?
What's up?
What's the seniors gonna get in for?
Better be a quarter.
10% off.
Are you here for design review or?
Well, yes. If there's certain things on the agenda, is the pit stop on the agenda?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm in the right place then.
Excellent.
There you go.
Do I need to sign in or anything?
Yep, for.
$5 share fee. Is there? I give you a piece of candy. All right, that's the way that be then.
Guess I should turn my ringer on.
Is the old school building in the historical area?
Yes.
Is the
Yes.
school building in the historical
Well,
area?
congratulations on the movie theater.
Okay.
Well, thank you. I'm catching shit already on the forum.
I've heard all
The whole
kinds of
thing.
rumors.
Well,
I mean,
And I keep telling
You
I
can't
can't
seem
help
to
with
win.
that. I have to.
them, you
people have to
can
move.
wish in one hand and
I
spit
mean,
in another.
Well,
So
I was there helping.
That's a lot,
can't
you're
win.
gonna have a lot of hoops to jump through, anybody does anything.
I was helping move stuff today for DNA.
Don't like change.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I don't know, well,
But they don't change.
I don't know.
It's like, you want to have that Friday, but yeah, there's other stuff that may not be great that comes along with that,
Yes,
you know?
exactly
But
right.
I did the Red End, the restaurant thing. This was okay. Like,
Someone else said they ate there and it was great. Sounds really good.
yeah. So it's
Alright.
like, you have to have that variety there and,
Hmm.
you know,
That's right.
move us.
And hopefully eventually, they leave the whole situation alone.
Mhm.
But, until something else moves in and opens up, and who knows? It just gets really old.
we're good to get started? No applicants, okay. All right. I'll call to order the Village of Plain City Design Review Board hearing for, what's today's date? November 30th, 2022. Justin, if you wanted to go ahead and do roll call.
Absolutely. Mr. Boyer,
Here?
Mr. Price,
Here.
Mr. Rucker,
Here.
Ms. Lyman,
Here?
Mr. Crom,
Here.
Ms. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
First item, just approval of last meeting's minutes. Unless there's any corrections or comments, I can entertain a motion for approval.
Motion to approve the minutes.
All right, is there,
September 28th.
is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right. Justin, all yours.
Mr. Boyer,
Yes.
Mr. Price,
Abstain.
Mr. Rucker,
Yes.
Ms. Lyman,
Yes.
Mr. Crom,
Yes.
Ms. Davis,
Abstain.
Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
All right, motion carries. Looks like there's communication. Mr. Hutchinson, is some tonight?
Yeah, so, yeah, more just an introductory. This is Derek Hudson, new village planner. I've got quite a year's experience in the planning and zoning world. I was previously with City of New Carlisle over in Clark County. Prior to that, I was with City of Marysville for several years and the City of Fairborn for many, many years. I kind of, one of my specialties is zoning code and code-related writing and research, which kind of good timing coming into where I did now, where we're kind of in the middle of that zoning rewrite. So happy to be here and excited to get to know all of you and work with you.
Do you live in the city?
I'm sorry.
Do you live in Plain City?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm in Clark County. I am over in Harmony Township. I'm right in between London and South Vienna. So I can jump on 42 right on.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. No public comment this evening. I see, Justin, are you giving us an update on the Uptown streetscape?
Yep, so just wanted to let everybody know the contract has been awarded to Danberg Inc. This is for the north portion of the streetscape project, meaning it's the northwest quadrant on Main Street in Chillicothe. Let me see here, so they're going to be doing the actual sidewalk on that portion, as well as some water line work as well, very wide open, 2 birds with 1 stone type deal. Additionally, there will be, let's see here, if I remember correctly, those are the main aspects. And then obviously property owners are being notified, appropriate documentations being gathered, and work should start early next year.
All right. Any questions, comments?
Anybody have any comments on the design as far as, I mean, I think that was one of the things that was brought up during council was, design review board would, it would behoove the design review board to take a look at the design and make sure it's within the scope and the spirit of our mission.
Excellent.
Will the village be presenting?
I thought that something was gonna be brought before this board at some point, I thought.
It's gonna look exactly like what they've already started.
Right.
So it's not gonna change anything that's already there.
I think it's gonna be more of a perfunctory, there's just more of a,
I think
Courtesy.
moving forward, there'll definitely be better communication with projects like that. Zoning really doesn't have regulation in right away. So as far as approving through a committee, council is the approval process in right-of-way projects. But I think moving forward and big projects like this that, now if this hadn't started yet, I would highly recommend just to bring it in, and get opinions and pick everyone's brain. So moving forward, I would see us doing that. Since it's already started, it's kind of already done, so we changed it now, kind of going backwards, so. But it is gonna look exactly like what's there now, the new section that they have started.
Are the original streetlights that are there, are they eventually gonna be turned off? And are we gonna still have 2 sets of streetlights?
I would,
They should, the new ones will be the main ones, from what I understand, what I'm saying, right now it is.
Yes,
kind of
Paul.
weird set where there's 2 of them, but no, will not be,
Well, Frida's supposed to be
in
there.
the final project, it will not be 2.
So Ohio Edison's gonna turn those off?
That is
at
my
some point?
understanding. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I can definitely double check on that, but that is my understanding is that they won't.
eventually, anything overhead will be gone off Main Street too, so.
Because the goal is to have, the goal is to have, that uniform, consistent look on both sides of the street, and that's part of that.
Okay.
You kind of remember now, the old lights, are they linked by aerial lines?
Mm-hmm, on telephone
Okay,
poles.
so yeah, so those will go away, but the overhead lines go.
It's just really bright on that side of the street.
Yeah, we've had a couple of comments, concerns, questions about that, and that's being looked into.
Thank you.
Absolutely, no, thank you, I appreciate everyone's patience with all of that, I know this has been a long process. The village is excited to, again, have that finished look. I think it'll look really, really nice once all is said and done. It'll be really nice for the uptown.
All right. Jumping to new business, our only application for this evening, COA-22-16, 233 West Main Street. Are you here for that application? 230? All right, perfect. Justin, do you want to just give us an overview of where we're at?
Absolutely. So I know it's been a couple months, but I'm sure most of you remember, this is for Mike's Pit Stop 233 West Main. Same application that was reviewed in September. One of the main differences, and it's Bollinger, right? Bollinger. can answer any additional questions, but they have reapplied, again, with the same block wall, the same concepts. However, they have proposed adding a screen to the front, basically from Main Street, as you're looking towards that structure, there's a screen. Both the block wall and the screen, we painted the same color. I'm going to, I apologize for not having this set up beforehand. I'm gonna pull up a picture just so everybody can see it on the TV. I know it was in the packet, but it'll be a little bit easier. So having that screening, again, having it painted to match the same color as the current existing building, and then that block wall will be painted the same color as well. And again, this will be running in front. Make sure I have my correct bearings here, in between the building and that block wall. From Main Street looking towards it is what you would see. And then, as far as other details go, everything else has remained the same. And feel free to add anything I may have missed as well.
Yeah, there's not really much to add. Obviously, that screen's gonna be a lot better looking than a metal wall in the cooler. And it's supposed to cover as much of the metal wall as it can.
And is it tall enough to cover the height of the block wall from the street?
It's, the picture, actually, that's a picture of the fence out of my backyard. That tallest part is 6 feet high. It could be a little higher if necessary. It's pretty simplistic as far as the fence. But it could be, I don't know, the cooler walls, maybe 7 to 8 feet, plus or minus. So it's gonna be covering up almost 100% of it. Now, I don't know who crossed out from the picture there. It looks like they crossed out, and they're just gonna do the middle part, which is fine. So we'd have to adjust the size of that. I think the cooler sticks out about 5 or 6 feet from the main building. That middle portion of the fence is about 6 feet wide, so it pretty much is gonna cover all of it. And if there's any adjustment needed, we can do that. But I think because of this, the fence and how attractive it is, you're not gonna even notice the cooler behind you. And that's all treated wood and plastic lattice work. Is, I don't wanna say plastic, but it's composite that's a little bit stronger.
All right. Anybody have any thoughts, any comments?
I think, since it's hiding the cooler, and it's not a historical building in Plain City, that this might be, that picture there has nothing to do with what we're looking at.
This is just more
That's-
example of what's.
That's just a sample of the stuff that we're putting up,
Yeah.
and as long as it's high enough to hide the cooler from the front view.
Yeah, this is not, I guess I should have clarified that, thank you, Mr. Cron. This is not a rendering of the proposed property, the
Yeah.
proposed addition, it's just a picture of the lattice out to the screen.
It's the quickest I can come up with. It's more of a good example.
I thought more about that, it's not a historical building. And, that cooler sticking out is hidden from the front view. That was a concern of mine.
And the cooler, gosh, I don't know, it sits back from the front of the So that thing totally is back there. Several feet.
Will it go all the way to the veterinary office, the cooler?
No, it's
How
not
close to the
sort of
property line does the cooler go?
About this much.
Okay.
I mean, it's real, that's why we had to put that masonry wall at the property line, which is the face of, would be the south face of the cooler. Yeah, we had to do that.
So, I don't understand. This wall right here is a block wall.
Yes, correct.
And per the drawings, that block wall goes up to like 9'6". Any other thoughts?
And that block wall's gonna be painted, I don't know what color, but it'll have probably an accent color.
I think the application says white. So I
So
want to
what
make,
they're gonna do.
I want to make sure we're voting on that.
Yeah, the cooler will be Arctic white, and then, as discussed here, like the block, so the cooler itself, that corrugated steel that is the cooler, that will be white, but then the block wall would be, painted a matching color to the rest of the building.
And is that screen gonna be up near the front of the building, or is it gonna be, he said the cooler is offset to the further back. Where is the screen gonna actually sit?
Where's the what?
The screen, where is the screen
Well, the
gonna?
screen's gonna be out front,
Out to front, by the front of the building, you're saying?
facing the street,
Okay.
so you don't see the cooler from the street.
Yeah. I was just afraid that the block wall is still gonna be just sticking up weirdly from behind the screen.
Yeah, I guess my thought would be that adding the screen is just another material adding to the front of the building. It's gonna be 9 feet, 10 feet
Actually, the
tall.
screen's gonna be the nicest part of the front of the building.
I guess I would say that I'm not, and again, I guess I can understand that. But that doesn't seem like the part of the building that we wanna accent, or draw your attention to. You don't think you could just cover that front of the screen with the same block that you have to build on the side? Couldn't just turn it
It's
around?
gotta go on the side because of the property line, and that's a rated block wall. It's pretty much solid masonry block.
Yeah,
It's the 1R, I think the 1R rating,
and that couldn't just turn the face?
the block.
Yeah, so that it covers the screen on the, from
I
the
mean, it
screen?
doesn't, it stops, it's the same length as a cooler. It doesn't have to go beyond by code on either side. And from the, once the screen's there from the street, it looks like it's gonna be hard to tell that the cooler's even back there.
Anybody else, any other thoughts? If not, we can entertain a motion.
Motion to approve certificate of appropriateness 22-16.
All right, is there a second?
I can second it.
All right, thank you very much. Justin?
Mr. Boyer,
No.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Mr. Rucker,
Yes.
Ms. Zion,
Yes.
Mr. Cron,
Yes,
Ms. Davis,
No,
Mr. Dawson.
No.
All right, so we have 4 yeses, correct?
We have, yes, 4 yeses, 3 nos.
All right, so motion carries. Application approved as submitted. We're all good. Anything else, Justin, or we? All right, anybody want a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right,
Okay.
everybody seconds that, right? All right, we are adjourned.
Sorry about the phone calls we got.
Oh.
My grandson